The interdisciplinary team approach just works very well.
From a social work perspective, I really enjoy the patient and family-centered approach that the interdisciplinary model provides. I enjoy being part of a team that values my perspective, and from that I can help guide the treatment process. I also enjoy the overlap of the disciplines, which provides a shared purpose and responsibility for the plan of care, including the role of the patient and family, which ultimately, I believe, provides better outcomes and hopefully a better standard of life for the patients and families that we serve.
I'm happy to be a rehab nurse because working on an interdisciplinary team offers me an opportunity to provide input from a nursing perspective.
The purpose of this training is to introduce and demonstrate the value and unique aspects of the interdisciplinary rehabilitation team model. This model promotes a patient-family-centered approach and actively seeks the involvement and inclusion of all stakeholders with the rehabilitation team. It is imperative that all members of the team are empowered to participate in the treatment process through an interdisciplinary approach in order to complement and enhance the recovery process, with the goal of advancing function, independence, and improving the overall quality of life for the patient and family. The Rehabilitation Interdisciplinary Team Model applies to all ages of veterans with multiple conditions in various settings. The rehabilitation model takes a holistic approach with regard to several overlapping areas of functioning, including activities of daily living, mobility, cognition, communication, social skills, and psychological and emotional functioning, and is reinforced with training and education in compensatory strategies and adaptive equipment.
Do you have any questions at all?
I can go home
Okay.
today.
Yep. What we'll do is I'll write down all this information for you, and I'll have recommendations from the team, your outpatient services and appointments. And then you'll meet with the nurse and kind of finalize discharge. We'll also meet with the pharmacist and go over medications before you leave to make sure that that's all straight too. We'd like you there as well, Larry.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
I do have a couple of questions for the team. First of all, I'm really glad you invited me to come because this has been very helpful as I think about helping John here in the next few weeks.
In about 4 weeks, we'll have a follow-up appointment with our stroke clinic. We'll see all the therapists and the doctor again and myself, kind of see how things are going. And if we need anything else, we can implement it then at that point.
This is going to work out okay, huh, John?
As long as I can go home today.
The discharge meeting requires all members of the team to relay pertinent information to the patient and to the family or friends. The information must be presented in simple language so that they can understand it. It is important to talk specifically to the family members as well as the patient. This is an excellent time to identify any other resources the patient and family may require once the patient is discharged. Here are some take-home points related to the value of the interdisciplinary rehabilitation team model. This model increases positive outcomes for veterans with very challenging conditions. It maximizes function and the level of independence. It increases the veterans' and their families' quality of life related to meaningful activities, school, or work. The overlapping roles among disciplines, the need for flexibility between members, open and ongoing communication through multiple means are all fundamental aspects of the interdisciplinary rehabilitation team model. An effective interdisciplinary rehab team requires the team maintains a high level of energy, ingenuity, resourcefulness, and creativity. The team members should commit to building trust, respect, and flexibility among members, and a commitment to the rehab model and the recovery process. It is also vital to establish that all members of the team need to work in concert, share key information, and agree that all perspectives and opinions are valued, and that conflict is managed in an open and constructive manner. Lastly, the involvement of the patient and family throughout all stages of the treatment process is an essential part of an effective care plan, which will ultimately provide the most optimal outcomes for those we serve.
I think the most exciting thing for me as a nurse on a rehab team is that I'm allowed to provide input. Nurses see patients 24 hours a day. We collect data from the entire day. We bring that forth to the meeting. It's shared. And as a result, patients report that their needs are being met and their outcomes are improved. And so that's exciting to me. I've never felt that way in another position, so I like that.
I'm very excited to be working with this interdisciplinary team in rehabilitation. I think this can transcend settings. It can be used in long-term care. It can be used in acute care. It's very beneficial to the patients. Each week when I sit down with that interdisciplinary team, I'm ensured that we're all working on the same care plan, that we're working towards the same goals. It's gratifying to see the functional gains that that patient is making, and ultimately we're getting them closer to home, and that's the goal.
I really take pride in being able to help patients and families adjust and recover after a very difficult time in their life.